Hi everyone, my name is Fred Chase and I'm a candidate for re-election to the Bridgewater Town Council representing District 3. My wife Lynette and I have resided in Bridgewater for 37 years and our two children attended town and Bridgewater-Raynham district schools. During those early years, Lynette served the town and school district as a school nurse and I traveled daily to my job in Boston by commuter rail. I retired in 2020 but continue to teach on a part-time basis as an adjunct faculty member at Boston University. When I joined the town council in 2018, I was asked by council members what issue prompted me to seek election. I replied that the need for downtown revitalization was a significant problem I'd hoped to see addressed. Unfortunately, 7 years later, no meaningful improvement has been undertaken on Broad Street, and we continue to tolerate the blighted, vacant lots, which have now spanned 20 years. A plan has been proposed by a Bridgewater resident to develop the vacant parcels on Broad Street with construction of mixed-use, commercial and residential units featuring Class A, market-rate, 1- and 2-bedroom apartments with desirable amenities, premium landscaping, and high-end finishes. I support this plan and the proposed TIF agreement with the town. A TIF, or tax increment financing, would defer real property tax increases on the lots for a prescribed period of years. It's a successful financing tool used by municipalities to remedy blighted areas and spur commercial revitalization. This project can be undertaken without imposing excessive demands on town water resources or our schools, bearing in mind that for a period of about 2 years, it'll be about a period of 2 years before occupancy could possibly take place. Speaking of schools, I also favor bringing to the voters in June a ballot proposal for an operational tax override to benefit the Bridgewater-Raynham schools. Class sizes have reached unsustainable levels, and unfilled teaching positions threaten the quality of education available to our children. We must restore adequate teacher-student ratios to return classrooms to manageable size, conducive to a high-quality educational experience. These are but two issues, among many deserving serious consideration by us all. But I think you'll agree that economic development and educational excellence are exceedingly high priority objectives which can no longer be ignored. If you are a resident of District 3, that is precincts 3, 4, or 9, it would be my honor to receive your vote at the town election on Saturday, April 26th, to return to the town council as your district representative. I thank you very much.
Hello Bridgewater, my name is Sean Kennedy and I'm running for Town Council in District 3, covering precincts 3, 4, and 9. I'm a married father of 3, a homeowner, and a proud resident here in Bridgewater. We moved our family here in 2019 because we wanted what most families want: a safe, supportive community, strong schools, and neighbors who look out for one another. I'm running for Town Council because I believe Bridgewater is a great place to live, but we're facing real challenges and they can't be ignored any longer. Aging infrastructure, water quality concerns, strain on our school system, and a growing sense that the local government isn't listening or functioning the way it was designed to. I want to change that. My motivation comes from a deep sense of service. I spent my entire adult life helping others, first as a paramedic for years, then as a career firefighter. I've spent my life serving the public and caring for people from all walks of life. I believe our town needs representation that listens, shows up, and focuses on getting the basics right. Clean water, safe roads, support for local business growth, strong schools, well-equipped emergency services. Professionally, I served over a decade as a paramedic and nearly as long as a career firefighter until complications from long COVID forced me out on disability. In those roles, I worked under pressure. I made quick decisions with limited resources and always put the needs of the community first. That experience taught me not just how to stay calm in a crisis, but how to take initiative, collaborate with others, and follow through skills I'll bring to the town council. As for community involvement here, I'm currently the co-chair of the Bridgewater-Raynham Special Education Parent Advisory Council, otherwise known as the BRCPAC. I got involved after seeing a post on Facebook that the BRCPAC board had not been functioning after COVID and was essentially non-existent. CPACs are required in every school district by the state, but the existence is placed on the shoulders of parents with children with special needs on IEPs and 504s. I attended a meeting and I realized that I could bring some of my valuable skills to the table. I have experience with how meetings are run using Robert's Rules of Order, bylaw writing, and organizational leadership. Together with the board, we brought the BRCPAC back into compliance with Massachusetts state law. Today, with a great board, it's active once again, supporting families like mine who rely on special education services, and we do our best to help other families connect with hard-to-find resources. To me, public service is about showing up, doing the work. I'm not here to make big promises. I want to deliver on the small things that truly matter. I believe local government should be transparent, accessible, and focused on the people that it serves. One of the first things that I would like to work on is improving town communication. And I believe that starts with updating and refining our town website in partnership with the new town manager to make it a real resource for residents. Important issues and public concerns should be at the front and center, not buried under submenus or hidden behind outdated links. The people of Bridgewater deserve clear answers and easy, accessible information and the ability to engage with the process. Right now, people are asking the same questions from all over town. Is the water issue being addressed? Will we have funding for road repairs? What's really going on within the school system? Are tax overrides incoming? Do we need more exemptions to pay for some of these things? How can we attract and keep businesses in town that keep tax revenue growing? We need to make those numbers and details public, front and center, so citizens can review it and speak with their representatives. That's what transparency looks like. I truly appreciate the conversations that I've had with so many of you. I've met people over coffee, spoken with local business owners, and spent time around town holding signs and trying to make myself as available as possible. The concerns being raised are consistent, and that tells me we are all feeling the same pressure points. We're ready for solutions, but we need representation that will ask the tough questions and bring real information back to the people, openly and honestly. As your representative for District 3, I want to make sure you're heard and your concerns are acted on. If you'd like to learn more about me and my campaign, you can find me on Facebook like many of the candidates, Sean Kennedy for Bridgewater Town Council District 3, or you can email me directly at skennedytc@gmail.com. I've learned a lot over the last few months, and it's clear. We have real issues in this town that have been left unresolved for far too long, and I believe we can solve them together as a community. I want to make Bridgewater work for everyone, and I'd be honored to earn your vote. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Bridgewater.
My name is Marilee Kenny Hunt. I'm a 39-year resident of Bridgewater, the wife of Carlton Hunt for 55 years, the mother of 4 BR grads, and the grandmother of 8 grandchildren ages 16 to 5. Involvement in the community has always been my goal. Receiving an email from me, you'll see a quote from Pete Seeger below my signature for over 20 years. It says, if someone says, I want to change the world, where do I go? I answer, stay right where you are, don't run away, dig in. Another quote also moves me. It says, it is important to always do as much as possible, in whatever way possible, to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than it was when we inherited it. Those quotes, along with my professional skills and experience, urge me to move Bridgewater forward. My Massachusetts work experiences include both state and local government. For the state, I was hired by Attorney General Scott Harshbarger and then by Governors Cellucci, Swift, Baker, and Romney. In 1992, after receiving a master's in political communication from Emerson College, Attorney General Harshbarger hired me to work at the Massachusetts Office for Victim Assistance, creating a domestic violence unit. I worked statewide to survey programs, provide training for judges and advocates, and encouraging all regional shelters to work together to create services supporting victims seeking help from the courts. I successfully lobbied the legislature to fund that court advocacy program. It was called Safe Plan. In the Executive Office for Public Safety, under both Governors Swift and Baker, I co-chaired the Domestic and Sexual Violence Commission's Justice and Accountability Committee. I watched as various departmental perspectives were brought together and eventually unified in our financial recommendations for funding various departments along with domestic and sexual violence programs. I worked statewide with SANE, that's the Sexual Assault Nurse Examiners, Child Protective Services, Legal Services, advocates from regional nonprofit support programs, prosecutors, and police to improve services for sexual and domestic violence victims. Two of our Massachusetts accomplishments during that time changed services nationwide. They were our upgrading of the Massachusetts Sexual Assault Evidence Collection Kit, which then became a national model, and the creation of the first pediatric sexual assault protocol, along with specialized pediatric sexual assault evidence collection kit. As director of Governor Romney's 300-member Sexual and Domestic Violence Commission, I oversaw 12 statewide committees and again led the collaboration of diverse local and state offices and organizations. Later, when working for the Disabled Persons Protection Commission, I oversaw a federal grant to create a 4-state trial program to create, then test, protocols helping teach victims with disabilities how to recognize abuse and then safely report it. Locally, in 2005, I chaired the Bridgewater School Study Committee, producing a 65-page report clearly documenting our need for a new high school. The report, presented at a packed town meeting, received a standing ovation, and students now attend that school. Also in 2005, Peter Columbotus and I campaigned to support the passage of the Community Preservation Act, CPA. When it passed, I was appointed to the committee as chair and served for 10 years. The CPA has benefited the town by funding the creation of the girls' softball fields, the exterior restoration of the townhouse, the full restoration of the Academy building, purchase of the Murray Needs Farms and the Keith Homestead, creating Music Alley, and so much more. After Ron Adams' death, I was elected town clerk in 2015. It is the honor of my life to have served our community in that capacity until my retirement in the spring of 2024. So after 9 years of working as part of Bridgewater's government, I know its pluses and its minuses. My objective in seeking election to the town council is to help strengthen it, to unite forces, and calm the growing divisions between the community and government. My experiences in successfully bringing together those with opposing positions and helping find common ground is my offering. Bridgewater needs that now. I'm happy to discuss with and listen to questions or complaints. My email is merrily@thehunts.org, and my phone number is 508-562-2896. I ask for your vote on April 26th. Thank you.
Hello, residents of Bridgewater. My name is Dr. Kevin Perry, and I'm currently the president of the Bridgewater Town Council. I'm deeply honored to stand before you as a candidate for re-election as one of your town councilors at large. It's been an incredible journey serving this community, and I am excited about the opportunity to continue working together with the council and the new town manager to move Bridgewater forward. With over 7 years of experience serving on the council, I've had the privilege of representing the citizens of Bridgewater and advocating for the issues that matters most to our families, our businesses, and the future as a town. Over that time, we've accomplished a lot, but there's still so much more we can do and many challenges ahead. First and foremost is the recently revealed FY26 budget that not only has a $6 million shortfall to fund our portion of the BR regional schools, but also cut 6 town positions, including 1 firefighter, 1 police officer cadet, a part-time finance department position, deputy building inspector, DPW mechanic, and heavy equipment operator, to the amount of $723,000. Bridgewater has the 65th highest population in the Commonwealth, and while towns and cities with similar populations to us, such as Wakefield, Stoughton, Agawam, Milton, and Marshfield, have $120 to $140 million annual budgets for their communities, we have just short of $80 million. What does this mean? We have been doing more with less for the past decade. We spend less per capita statewide in most departments in town, with the exception of our fire department, but that too is slightly less than state average. We have budgeted conservatively and successfully for many years under excellent leadership. We have a great bond rating and a good amount in stabilization to maintain that bond rating. And our audits each year show this. The problem is we don't have enough funding as a town to keep up with the growing demands of the town, its schools, and its services and infrastructure. We are in need of an increase to our tax levy floor to provide the additional funding we need for our schools, our police and fire departments, our DPW, our town offices, and our roads and infrastructure. How do we do this? It's very simple. We come together as a town and decide if we are going to take care of our own or not. We cannot rely on federal or state funding. It's not there. We continue to fight for it, but if it's not there, where do we go? We have to rely on ourselves and decide if we are going to support this town with our own tax dollars. What was introduced the other night was the start of a discussion of an override. $10.75 million to address the recent cuts, $6 million to the schools, $2 million for road improvements, and $2 million to address services to meet the increased community needs, including 4 firefighters, 4 police officers, and other vital positions needed in other town departments. This number would cost average citizen with an average home value of $594,000 an additional $104 per month on their taxes, or $1,240 per year. Now that number is being reviewed and the total number could come down and will be further discussed by Budget and Finance committees and the Town Council in the coming weeks. But for what this will add in services to this town, add to the schools to help educate our children, add to the police and fire departments to keep our citizens safe, to allow us to improve the conditions of so many roads in this town, isn't it worth the investment to our community? I think so. I hope the citizens of this town think so as well. Let's make the investment now so we don't have to come back to the town in a few years and go through this again. Our goal is to come forward to the community with a responsible override number that sets up the town financially for the next decade, so continued conservative and responsible budgeting keeps the town on the right track. This is the message I am sending as an experienced member of the Town Council that should remain a voice for the residents of Bridgewater. As we move forward, I ask for your continued support. I'm continuing to work hard, listen to your concerns, and be an advocate on the council. Together we can continue to build a Bridgewater that is stronger, more inclusive, and even more vibrant for all who live here. Whether you've been here for generations, as my family has, or you're a new resident, this town is our town. And I'm proud to serve you, to fight for you, and to help make Bridgewater the best place to live, work, and raise a family. Thank you for your trust, thank you for your support, and thank you for allowing me to continue serving you. Together, let's keep Bridgewater moving forward. And I hope to have your vote on April 26th. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Jim Wilder. I'm running for Town Council. I'm a husband, father of 3 great kids, all Bridgewater Raynham grads. I have 25 years in the district, half of that time in Raynham, half of that time in Bridgewater. I recently retired after 25 years as a correction officer from the Department of Corrections. I've been a union volunteer and leader most of my life. I take pride in the history I have of serving those who I represented. I also spent many years coaching and serving on the boards of RIBSA and Raynham Giants organizations. I'm running to try to refocus the council on the real issues and get away from the outside influences and ideological narratives that keep dividing the town and distracting the council. Honest, common sense representation with a willingness to listen and collaborate, and an open door policy. I'm tired of rusty water in my sink, dangerous road conditions, a dilapidated downtown, lack of communication from town hall, and a school budget that's in constant crisis. I don't claim to have all the answers, but I do know these problems didn't happen overnight. They have existed for many years without much progress. My door will always be open for citizens' input, and feel free to contact me anytime on Jim Wilder at Facebook, or Wilder for Bridgewater at Facebook, Facebook Messenger, or email jrwilder70@gmail.com. Thank you for your time.
I'm Johnny Loretti, and I'm running for Councilor at Large here in Bridgewater. Some of you know me as a fitness business owner and trainer, others from my work on the town council, but all of you are my neighbors. I live here on Black Mallard Road with my wife Lauren, and we're expecting our first child this spring. I'm running because I care deeply about the future of this town, and I want to help build a Bridgewater that our kids will be proud to grow up in. I spent the past decade leading teams and running businesses, helping people overcome challenges to stay accountable and reach their full potential. That's what leadership is all about: casting a clear vision, creating actionable steps, and rallying people to move forward together. Before that, I worked as a civil engineer for local municipalities, managing public infrastructure projects. So I understand how local government works, and more importantly, how to make it work better. So, what are my priorities? First, transparency and communication. Residents deserve to know what's happening, why it's happening, and how it affects them directly. I'll lead with honesty, clarity, and consistency, and I'll make sure town government stays accountable to the people it serves. Second, modernize infrastructure. From roads and water systems to thoughtful downtown development, Bridgewater needs long-term planning and decisive action. I help lead the charge in the pursuit of grants for PFAS water treatment, because when we lead with initiative and stay solution-focused, we get results. Third, supporting families, education, and small businesses. As a business owner who weathered the pandemic, I understand what it takes to stay resilient. We need to create an environment where businesses can thrive, families feel supported, and schools have what they need to prepare for the next generation. That means smart budgeting, effective policies, and a council that prioritizes action. I am mission-focused, and I'm here to lead. I believe in showing up, listening, and helping people move towards real solutions. My why has always been to help others reach their full potential. That's what drives me, whether I'm coaching someone in the gym, mentoring a team, or serving this town. Bridgewater's best days are ahead, but only if we have strong leadership focused on practical steps and real progress. I'd be honored to earn your trust, your support, and your vote. I'm Johnny Loretti, and I'm ready to serve.
Hello everyone, my name is Eric Christensen, and I'm running for town council because I believe in improving the quality of life for all of us in Bridgewater. My motivation is simple. I want to provide better services to our residents. That includes affordable high-speed internet, better trash collection, ensuring clean and safe water even during the summer, and reliable town electricity. I also want to improve our town's website, making it easier to navigate. When you search for something, you should find it. I want to promote our local businesses to create a vibrant retail and destination brand for Bridgewater. I have a deep commitment to our economic growth. When our businesses thrive, that helps lower our taxes. I see the potential of the newly expanded train routes and BSU's growing recognition to help fuel our town's growth. I would like to attract fun, family-friendly businesses like ice cream shops, music venues, and souvenir and bookstores. I also see opportunities to partner with BSU to foster technical startups. With my background in tech, including a bachelor's in computer science and a minor in math, along with over 25 years of software and IT experience, I believe I bring valuable skills to the table. I've served on the Cable Advisory Committee and worked with major companies like Comcast and Verizon, so I understand how to make things work for our community. Finally, I've been actively involved in our town, served serving as scout leader and committee member for Troop 43 in Raynham, and attending local churches. To learn more about me and my campaign, please visit eric4bw.com. That's Eric, the number 4bw.com, or reach out to me at t.e.christensen@gmail.com. Thank you for your time and your support, and I'd appreciate your vote on April 26th.
Hi Bridgewater, my name is Andy Hoy Thomas, Bridgewater Raynham Regional High School graduate from the class of 2008 and current candidate for school committee. The innate instinct I have to be a positive presence in our community was cultivated in the school system that I was a part of. Over the years, I have shown that through my volunteer efforts with organizations such as the USO, the Y, and Big Brother Big Sister. I was the student advisee for the BR School Committee my senior year, and I've been eager to re-engage and get back involved in shaping the future of our public schools. At this time, there are certainly large tasks on the plate of school committee. With the passing of the $106 million revised budget by school committee, both towns now seek the approval of the town council and select boards respectively to get an override on the ballot. While I am thrilled to see the amount of support and community engagement backing an override and showing that we value the education of our children, this remains a tough issue for many in our community. We have failed to present more moderate and consistent increases to the taxpayers, resulting in this override. The school committee weighed both the superintendent's preliminary budget of $109 million and the level services budget of $101 million, and what that would mean to the taxpayers when they presented the revised budget of $106 million. At no point does our town leadership want to be seeking more funds from the taxpayers through an override. There are several complexities to a school budget that really add up and can be easily underestimated during an initial line item review. Some of these include special education, both in and out of district placements, rising transportation costs, health insurance costs for teachers and staff, as well as pension and retirements, and year after year new student enrollments. We are not unique, and we are not alone. By my count, there are 16 towns with impending overrides for the 2026 fiscal year, and one that has already failed to pass. Melrose, Natick, and Stoneham are examples all seeking to fund similar-sized deficits to ours. Generally speaking, an override of some sort has been sought by towns in the Commonwealth on average every 7 or 8 years. Bridgewater is fortunate in that our last district override occurred 15 years ago, in 2010. Large class sizes and lack of interventional resources due to underfunding are not new to this district. We've long benefited from more than our financial contributions justify, thanks to the dedication and the sacrifices of the teachers and staff at the Bridgewater and Raynham schools. The current polarizing issues and uncomfortable override discussions has the potential to deter most people from joining this fight. With a goal of sustainable funding, I hope to work with our state representative and senator to secure additional funding for our district through Chapter 70 avenues. I intend to partner with the school committee and community members who have already continued on this path and look forward to collaborating with them. In this election cycle, I've heard too many accusations of mismanagement of funds and requests for audits that we are already provided annually. I stand by our town governance and the finance department in saying you can't mismanage money that you don't have. As a community, we need people less interested in placing blame and more interested in moving us forward. Together, we can build a stronger future for our youth, our towns, and our community. More updates will be posted to my Facebook page, Andy Hoy Thomas for BR School Committee, and I can be reached via email, andyhoythomas@gmail.com. Stay active, stay engaged, and I hope to have your vote on April 26th. Thank you.